The following podcast should not be misconstrued as legal advice in any way, shape, or form. You'd have to be an absolute idiot to take our advice seriously. I mean, look at us. We're dumb. Nate can't watch NASCAR because he finds it too intellectual. Joe can't watch NASCAR because it gives him road rage. We cannot stress enough. Do not take our advice. The listener does so at their own peril. Well, I'm Joe.
And I'm Nate.
And we are the premier criminal consultants in the Boston area, here to help you with your perfect crimes.
Joe, I like the addition of this finger thing and the look up. I like that a lot.
You gotta like throw in a couple of like pecadillos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up, dude. Well, look, the guest that we have here today is a great man. I know I say that a lot, but this is a very much a great man. This is actually his open mic that he runs on Sundays at Husky's Pub, that is normally hosted by Terrence McCormick for reasons that no one really understands. But it is a mic that he does technically host and set up. It was the first mic that I ever went to in the state of Massachusetts. The first time I did stand-up comedy in Massachusetts was at his mic, and he was very, very welcoming, very accepting. He's great. He's one of the first friends I made again. Y'all give it up for Nate Hilli.
Woo! Love the applause in the cans.
I know.
Nate, thanks for being on tonight, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, the allegations have subsided a little bit. People, they're quieting down. I have a lot of legal representation behind me that is making the allegations go away, which they should have never been there in the first place. But I'm good.
Good man.
I'm so happy to hear that.
It's always, every time we speak, the allegations get pushed farther and farther under the rug, and I'm very glad.
Yeah, and if you're worried about the allegations, you don't know what they are, just Google the national news. Nate's there. You'll find out. We don't need to bore you with those facts.
They can look it up. We have very, very, very intelligent listeners. Most of them, as I said last podcast, are actually, they're working on gaining a knowledge of different topics: scientific racism, dictatorship, whatever it may be.
Skull measuring.
We were talking about
he
that.
And I actually talked with him about this in a bar for it must have been about 10, 15 minutes. We talked about the measuring of the skulls. I told him how the space in the brain and stuff.
We were in the back of a beer hall in Germany, just really going over all the details.
Basically, we were in the back of a beer hall in Worcester, which isn't far off. We were pretty close, dude. I know, and I had a small group around me. It's true. There was a small crowd building, and everyone, no one was offended. Everyone was very, very interested.
I get nervous sometimes hearing you talk about what my role in history is going to be. You freak me out sometimes.
I know. Well, at least you'll be in the books.
There's always that one person next to the famous person that's like, damn, they could have stopped them at any point. I didn't do it.
I'm worried. The way things are progressing on this show, I'm like, what am I putting out into the world?
I know.
I do all the editing.
I know. You could have been like the guy in the foxhole next to Hitler in World War I who was like, this guy fucking stinks and I hate him, dude. Maybe I should just put a bullet in his head, dude. But no. We don't do that to our own countrymen,
All right. Well, Nate, I'll make sure to bring a gun next time just in case things get too far out of hand. We'll always have it right there.
A little bit of fear is good. Let's say Machiavelli said, they must fear you and love you, but never hate you.
See, you quote Machiavelli, and that's just exactly what I'm talking about.
That's right. The Prince, one of the only books I've ever read. But Nate, I don't believe that you want to be a prince as much as you'd like to be. Well, let's get into your crime. It's
a jefe.
Right, that's a jefe. A jefe. That's a good way to put it.
El jefe, the jefe.
El jefe.
Preferably.
Well, I think that's usually I believe there's usually only one. So I'm glad that you would like to establish yourself as that, and you would like to be El jefe of a. You'd like to create a...
Let's let Nate describe to us.
Please, thank you. What am I doing?
And by the way, there are two Nates on the show tonight,
I know, it's
so that's
very
going to be...
confusing. I know, you're like, let Nate describe, and I was like, well, I guess I can.
All right, well, yeah.
So to take the scenic route, do you guys know, how Microsoft made all their money?
I could have sworn it was software.
Yeah, there was that little guy with the blue jeans, and he was in a garage with his glasses on.
Right.
And then the other guy who owns the Clippers, after that racist fella.
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, he bought it after that hilarious racist fella.
I don't think we need to call him hilarious anyway.
Well, he was pretty, I don't know if he meant to, but it was pretty funny stuff. Pretty wild. But so those guys, I think they did some kind of magic in the garage somewhere in California.
Existing technology created by government entities as a part of the Cold War, which was unpatented and open for anybody to use that research and technology.
Sure.
Things like GPS, computing, the internet was all invented by the military before it was taken up by private entities and turned into a cash cow. In the 1960s, there was a program called the Navy Marine Mammal Studies Program or something like that, where they started working with dolphins in order to find landmines.
Yep.
And this is only what's declassified about this program. Find landmines, locate enemy divers, protect harbors. They'd carry buoys on their back, release them to the surface to mark locations, and this is what's declassified.
Who knows what else these dolphins were doing?
I'm sorry. I've orgasmed like 4 times since you started talking about this. You said 1960s military complex, and I was like, no, Jesus, God, it's amazing. Tell me more. Please go on.
Doing it again.
I know. Oh, God, it's so good. Please tell me more.
4 times and I feel so bad for Caroline
I
now.
know,
But
you
anyway,
see what I do to her. It's pretty wild, dude.
and doesn't take a long time.
Never,
Anyway.
never, very short amount of time.
Okay, but you were talking about something actually interesting, which was the dolphins.
Right. And so this is what's declassified. What could be classified, there's allegations that dolphins were trained to remove enemy divers' masks, to kill them with poisoned blades fastened to their snouts.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
There were bombs strapped to the dolphins that they would either release or go full kamikaze into enemy ships.
Aw.
These are like freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads, dude. This is real.
It's not far off. And what's even more scary about it is so you said, right? And this is a crucial piece to relay to the audience right now, is that these dolphins are not good people. They're bad people. They're psychos. They're rapists and murderers.
I agree.
Expand on that, Nate.
So dolphins are the only mammal that has sex for reasons other than reproduction and kills and murders for reasons other than...
Wait, did you say the only mammal that has sex for reasons other than reproduction?
The only other mammal other than us.
I want to say, I have said this before, and people have laughed at me, have laughed in my face, have said that's ridiculous. What are you talking about? It's true, and thank you so much. Thank you. Please go on.
Long story short, these are highly intelligent, killing, raping, and extorting machines.
They're extortion sex predators.
Dolphins are natural serial killers almost. It sounds to me like.
Yes.
They're sex predators. They're extorting sex predators.
Wow.
Sex predators.
You know, I think Flipper did a lot to like wash over this image. You know, I had no idea that dolphins were like pure evil.
This is Big Dolphin.
Big Dolphin, of course.
He might as well have been Weinstein. That's right. God knows what he did to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Not for real. I mean, like, imagine Harvey Weinstein, but in a shower all the time.
Wow.
Where you can make anybody and naked
Constantly
all the time.
wet and in the nude, fat with his penis out. Disgusting.
Right. And the bottlenose dolphins are the worst.
Really?
They are the worst.
And do you know, are there multiple? I really, that's the one that you see like typically, right? Is bottlenose?
I think so.
Yeah.
I saw one where there was about 4 of these bottlenose dolphins molesting a spotted dolphin. I believe it was called.
God,
Jesus.
vicious creatures.
What's
They're
funny about this video is
prisoners, dude. This is horrifying.
it's terrible. And it was like 4 of them on another dude dolphin too.
No.
Which,
Yeah,
you know,
dude, it's
make
like
it
the
that what you
AB,
want.
dude. Literally, they're like the Aryan Brotherhood. This is nuts. I knew it. I've never been a fan of them. That's why I like dogs. That's it.
Sure, dogs are great. We all love dogs, but these dolphins sound like menaces.
That's
frankly.
right, dude.
You know, I was going to advocate for like torpedoes or something, but now I see the benefit of this kamikaze system.
It's kind of like 2 birds with 1 stone. Like you're essentially getting rid of genocidal, twisted maniacs, and you're also getting some guap on the side of it, which is, you know.
And you're also feeding their bloodlust. You're feeding their bloodlust.
No, you really are allowing them to do exactly what they want. And this is, you know,
it's expression.
It's getting a little ahead of the game, but like you think about this and you're like, oh man, like we'd have to train them to, you know, want to kill and, you know, intimidate other people, like whoever our political enemies are. And you're literally allowing them to do exactly what they want to do and giving them a purpose, and you're going to be feeding them well for it.
I like that.
I really like that. And
I just got to ask though, what are you going to be using these bloodthirsty dolphins for? This is like, you know, I like the idea that we'll be exploiting them, but to what end?
So in the 60s, part of what they would do is that they would find enemy divers in harbors and, you know, because obviously they didn't train them to actually kill them. What they would do is that they can teach the dolphin to release a buoy
Okay.
that floats to the surface.
Where does it release? It's from its butt.
It's back.
It's back.
Yeah.
I don't know what the mechanism was, but this is in like the legitimate like Navy literature that they would have the dolphin release a buoy.
It says,
It's like
all
a
right,
dolphin parachute,
I'll-
but like
Say, all right, put the
Yeah.
JanSport on the dolphin and let him go.
Essentially, that's kind of what
Yeah.
I'm picturing. Like it was the same logic with these bombs that they would they'd let the bomb go when
that
they're
makes
near this thing. You could also probably do it with computers or something like that, but this is back in the 60s. Yeah.
dolphins are way cooler than I don't want to like harm an
Yeah.
innocent computer first of all.
Right,
When I have a bloodthirsty dolphin instead. That's all I'm
exactly.
saying.
I know. Yeah, this thing already wants to do this. So,
Yeah,
it's fucking licking its lips.
No need to deny its bloodlust. Anyway,
Yeah.
Nate, what were you going to do with these creatures of evil?
So attach fentanyl to the buoy.
Oh.
Have the dolphins swim. It's not detectable on radar unless they're in large groups.
Okay.
They're a very small radar signature.
Mhm,
A
mhm,
lot of
mhm.
plausible deniability, really,
Sure.
because
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're hiring cartel members, you can get them to flip.
Right.
A dolphin, as long as it's like raping and murdering and it's getting fish,
Yeah.
it's
Loyal.
literally
Yeah.
will never turn
What
on
you
you.
do? Put
Cannot-
that motherfucker
loyal.
in prison where he can go do more of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what they got to eat? Tuna, dude. Give me,
Yeah.
he'll be fine. I mean,
Can't really interrogate a dolphin, you know? I can't do dolphin noises. Can you do that voice? It's actually pretty good.
pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's not bad.
there you
This
go.
is the one voice you can do that's not
That
racist,
mean,
Nate.
hey,
I like this.
that mean lock me up, and I did that one too. That's like we speak for like put me away, and I'm taking the ones for my buddies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
you
him
know,
saying, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
You guys speak really good dolphin.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, I do have remarkable accents. I try to do them as much as possible.
Well, okay, so you want to use the fentanyl to just wreak havoc on things, or are they smuggling it for you?
Well, I hate the idea of fentanyl making its way into the country at all.
Sure.
But somebody's going to do it.
Yeah, can't let
And-
it be China.
Well, exactly, right.
Damn
So that they
straight.
can build better AI than us? No, we got to.
No, thank you, sir.
We're going to have an American dolphinarium that's in charge of the fentanyl
Yeah.
smuggling.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it should be, really. I mean, like that's
Yes.
kind of like manifest destiny type of shit.
Oh,
We're gonna
absolutely.
keep that shit on our shore, in our hemisphere.
Yeah.
So the three main issues with this, one is the RICO Act.
Sure. The
Racketeering.
Racketeer Influence
Yeah.
Corrupt Organizations Act. I have a dog named after it. Yes.
That's good. I mean, so I'm not sure if the RICO Act can be applied to dolphin handlers the same way it can be applied to low-level Italians.
Well, go on. I'll give you a rundown on that. Yeah.
That's the first issue. Second issue is creating a dolphinarium and achieving the appropriate licenses and permission from the.
And what is a dolphinarium?
It's an aquarium specifically for dolphins, which maybe that's a little bit suspicious when all this dolphin crime starts popping up and you're the newest dolphinarium. You might have to have like some penguins around just to kind of take the heat off.
Sure.
Yeah, that is.
I get that.
Okay. All right. And what is the third obstacle that you believe that you will see?
I kind of forget.
Well, look.
Did I mention it? I think what was it? There was one third. Oh, money laundering.
Money laundering.
Which the
Again.
dolphinarium does help with.
Sure,
Because
yes.
you can, like, yeah, there's nobody visiting the dolphinarium, but you're like, we have a lot of wealthy people who pay to keep these.
We'll get into the I guess the positives and the benefits. You know what I mean? The positives and the negatives. You know, the ups and the downs of going with the dolphinarium as a money laundering operation. Money laundering is something, again, you've come to the right place. You've come to the right place. Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organizations Act is really what I wanted to defend when I got out of law school. It was one of the first like big cases that I had was a big gang case in Louisiana, and it was under the state RICO Act. It was the Louisiana Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organizations Act, and we took that indictment. It was 30 people, and we ended up destroying it. The last of the defendants they could prosecute, there were 6 of them, and my guy did like 4 years on credit for time served for some possession charges, possession with intent to distribute, and he was accused again, and I won't say whether or not he did, accused of some really, really, really bad murders, dude. But
Some dolphin level shit.
a dolphin
Yeah,
level shit.
sounds
dude.
like a dolphin in a human's body.
Yeah,
She's
dude. Yeah,
scary.
yeah. He was
Scary.
he was one of
The
those where
worst thing.
Yeah.
he said that he said like the real like Like he said, like literally, I remember watching a police interview with him one time, and they were looking at him and like said some shit to him about him talking on his cell phone, and he smiled, the most evil smile I've ever seen. And he was locked up, tied to the chair, like he was chained to the chair because he was so dangerous. And they said, "We got you talking on the cell phone." He said, "I don't talk on no motherfucking cell phone." And he knew they were lying, and they knew in that instant that he knew, and they freaked out. They're like, "Well, we got," and he said, "I don't talk on no cell phone." He started jumping and shaking the table. It was terrifying, dude. He was a dolphin in a man's body.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But we bring up Rico because what you're trying to do is become a drug smuggling cartel operating through dolphins.
Yeah, which for the purpose of the podcast, this is all a joke. Because this can't be used in court.
No,
And we
I
put a
mean, and we've
disclaimer
said
up.
this.
We put a disclaimer.
You know, this is not
There's a
really going to
disclaimer,
happen.
dude.
If somebody starts smuggling drugs with dolphins, it's not Nate Hilli.
There's
it's
no
somebody
way
else.
it's Nate Hilli. It's no way it's
Yeah.
Nate Hilli.
It's Terrence McCormick, probably.
It's
That's
probably,
right.
it's probably Terrence
On the
McCormick.
damn island.
Yeah, so goddamn, it's probably going to his damn island. Exactly.
But yeah, answer your question, I fully legitimately plan to use dolphins to smuggle drugs and other gang type shit.
Sure,
like killing
sure.
people,
Type shit. Or
maybe
gang
killing
shit.
families, intimidating families,
Yeah.
committing
Oh.
just general acts of violence and
It's very cartel
mischief.
mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is so. I was trying to look up how to contact a cartel, and evidently they're kind of hard to reach.
It's very difficult.
through
It is.
legitimate channels.
It's very.
Nate
It's,
is absolutely on a list now.
sometimes, like I'm telling you, sometimes it is difficult to get a hold of your own client when you're representing somebody who's up in it. You know what I mean? They go on the run and they just call you from a number, and you go, oh shit, hey, thank God you called. All right, well don't tell me where you are, and that's what you start with, and that's how it goes. So, but I've been there. Yeah.
right. That would be a great source for the capital.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
think that they would have a lot to gain. I looked it up, and apparently cartels do not currently use dolphins for drug trafficking.
That's foolish on their part.
It's
Can't believe
extremely foolish.
Yeah.
Dolphins are fairly cheap. If you capture them, they're cheap.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's
They're basically free.
I mean, if
I
you
mean,
get a
they're
hold
just
of them,
Yeah, they're there
out.
for the taking and training, and they're like immediately going to be like, "Oh, we get to murder. This is great." Like, yeah, absolutely.
It's like adopting from ISIS.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Right.
like, oh, you guys are already twisted, murdering psychopaths. Well, guess what? We're gonna have you do the same shit.
I love
which
that.
is not a bad, and that's you've really got something down there. Yeah, because it's not like Blackfish where you'd be like stealing them and then they like live this miserable life. You'd be like, hey, guess what? I'm taking you to basically like you're living in Disneyland every day now. Like
Yeah.
you get to do you get whatever you're dreaming about. It's done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like drafting soldiers out of the prisons.
It's
like
pretty-
you're like, oh, guess what we can have you guys do is kill and pillage.
As many as you want.
Right, fully legally. We're actually gonna pay you to do it too.
My
This
God.
actually is crazy to me because we were just talking to Terrence about the way he's going to need to fund his island is by having half of it be like a CIA black site, and he can get the government to help him. Just like he'll deport the comedians. They'll have one half of the island. People will live there. The other half of the island will be used by the U.S. military or government or whatever for crazy operations. Kind of like Iran Contra is what we brought up.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. You may have, because look, you may not be able to get in touch with the cartel, but I promise you, if you fly a flag, the CIA will be there. The CIA will be there.
They're
And
always looking for ways to launder money and sell drugs to different nations.
They got some. Yep.
our
I mean,
own nation sometimes,
whatever
I
they can
mean,
do. Oh yes, you've ever heard of what is it? The Black Mafia family? Was that the ones they did it with, or Freeway Rick Ross? It was him. Freeway
Sure.
Rick Ross. Yeah. So I mean,
How
look.
could you forget?
Of course.
Freeway
How could-
Rick Ross.
How could you forget Freeway Rick Ross? Of course. So
Nate Hilli's great uncle on his mom's side,
I said,
actually.
and it's true. You do very much look like him, and I would implore anyone who's listening, or very smart listeners, to look up Freeway Rick Ross and then take a look at Nate Hilli, and you will instantly notice the similarities.
It's basically the same guy.
I might as well.
It's
be.
actually embarrassing how many times I have to tell people every day. Like I'm like, no, you don't want a picture with me. I'm not him.
Yes, I'm not. No, I'm actually related to Old Dirty Bastard. No, I'm.
right.
Okay. But so I think if you can share an island with Terrence, I don't know if you can put up with that.
Well, that makes it look illegal. I feel like if we were to, I'm not against the island.
He would be a cult leader at this point, so it would be an affiliation that you'd have
On his
to,
half of the island, though.
and-
Okay, but actually, this is the Dolphinarium. You want it to be on the continental United States?
Well, for the sake of the exercise, right? It
Yeah.
would be preferable to me to be on the continental United States. If not that, I was looking at potentially Nicaragua.
Sure.
Because they are apparently in the top 10 of the most corrupt countries in the world.
It's a famously corrupt place. Oh, yes. And a place that famously we have been very, very involved in the drug trade and in the corruption of. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Iran-Contra was Nicaragua,
exactly.
right? There you go. Okay.
The Contras in
It's ready to go. It's primed for the drug trade.
Caribbean and Pacific contact for your Dolphins, too.
Yep. Very true. Very true.
You do kind of have both. You can go both sides, you know, you can go east or west pretty easy, you know, I guess in that sense. So that's not a bad idea.
It's got some of the more lax cetacean laws that I've seen too, which is a term for all like hot-blooded ocean mammals.
Yeah, so like whales or cetaceans,
right?
Dolphins, porpoises.
Is that and that would be like the brother to the crustacean?
Not in any way.
Okay. Is that what is a crust? That's like a SpongeBob.
That's a crab, a lobster,
shellfish. Delicious, nice, tasty stuff.
Water bug type of thing.
Nah, those are good, dude. I like a good water bug.
You want to steam a crustacean? You want to use a cetacean for your gruesome war crimes. There's a difference.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Or you take its blubber and make it into a candle or something. Can't you do that too?
You could. That'd be a waste of a good murderer. But
I guess that's fair.
That.
That's true. That's true. It's a waste of a good soldier. It's a waste of a good soldier.
Yep, it's true. But sperm whales. They used to use them for their like oil and stuff like that. Moby Dick. That's what that's all about.
I was going to say there's a book about that, Moby Dick. Yes,
yeah.
It's true. It's true. The man searching for the world's largest penis in the sea, trying to turn it into blubber.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Fascinating.
That's what that whole book's about.
Yep.
That's just guy stuff. I mean,
Locker room talk.
Locker room talk.
Ever looked around the ocean for the biggest penis?
Come on, man. What are you doing? Well, okay. So, I mean, a location.
Yeah. Why? So, like, I mean, continue. The continental United States is not. I mean, it's corrupt these days, I guess, but like, it's a little different than Nicaragua. Like,
state by state, the levels of corruption state to state are very different. You would be able to get away with it in some states versus others where you'd be like, I wouldn't try it in Massachusetts, but if you could think of a state in the United States, where would you want to kind of position this thing?
I was thinking either in the Hampton Beach area of New Hampshire, because they say live free or die. I feel like part of owning a dolphin and having a drug cartel made of dolphins is kind of part of living free.
Yeah,
that's true.
It'd be a good place where no one would bother you about it.
Right, exactly. Or a Native American reservation on the coast of Florida.
Do they have those?
I think there must be one at
There's
least.
certainly some in Washington State.
The coast?
Yeah.
Coastal land.
Some of the islands and stuff like that.
I never would have thought that the American government would ever give up coastal land. We're very, very unforgiving when we do things like this. Usually, that's why, we give, like, the reservations are usually, like, you look up and you're like, well, this is what we get. That's fucked, dude. God, you know what I mean? So, like, the coastal land. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
There's definitely some in Florida somewhere.
Certainly. There's many. There's actually I guess you would call it like a sort of a type of person from the South that claims to be at least, I think it's 1/8 or 1/16 Native American, and they call themselves tribal, and they'll say things like, it's like, well, I get benefits because I'm tribal, and you're like, what the hell? Your last name is Williams, that's crazy. What are you talking about? So there is definitely some of that influence down there. You might be able to catch a reservation. It just might be a trailer park full of white people with no teeth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You throw around a little bit of WAP. I think they're gonna be
that's fair.
They're gonna be all right with it.
That's fair.
Look, you guys can get all the tribal tattoos you want or whatever the fuck.
All right, and now we have offended indigenous peoples. We'll just add that to the list.
One more.
After the scientific racism podcast last time.
What can I say? It's what's on the mind. I can only speak as to what's on the brain.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest that the indigenous peoples might have more of a problem with this than the people in New Hampshire. That's like my one thought.
I also, too, agree with that. I feel unless that you brought them in on it somehow, you gave some money back to the res, you'd have to figure out some sort of program like that. Otherwise, I think New Hampshire may be the perfect spot.
I also think, does Florida even have laws at this point? Like, why do we need the reservation? I feel like the reservations have more laws than the state of Florida at this point.
It is,
this could be true. My hopes were that people might go looking a little bit less on the res.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the laws that ban the captivity and capture of dolphins and other cetaceans are federal laws. certain states have their own laws about
Right.
it, but at the federal level, that's where it's from.
Sure, of course, and that's
Which was my idea. Was like, I'm like, maybe if you're on the res, you can kind of like
'Cause there's no
subvert
federal-
that a little bit.
the only thing is when you, because I lived in Phoenix for a long time, and when you have to drive on the 101 freeway through the res, and they would say you be real careful because if you get pulled over by like a res police officer, that's their laws, their rules, So I mean, you'd have to engage in probably a lot of bribery, You'd have to which would increase your bills. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you're in a place like New Hampshire, maybe Florida, you could just build this thing, set it up. You don't have to worry about that.
I mean, Texas, no taxes.
There you go.
I mean, you're not even have to launder the money there.
Yeah, the income tax, you don't have to worry about anything like that, But that's my next question is so what was the word? A dolphinarium? Was that
A dolphinarium, yeah.
Dolphinarium. A dolphinarium. Do you buy and sell dolphins from the dolphinarium?
Well, we'd
Where
buy
does the
them.
where's the transaction?
I think the idea, like every soldier of fortune, kind of wants to do a couple of these big jobs and eventually retire to a nice place.
I think that's the goal.
So while these dolphins are young military age, we're going to use them to the fullest, and then eventually we can move them somewhere else of their choosing.
Here's
Maybe
where
just
you
set
want to
them
go.
To a sea of your
Right.
choosing.
Right, once they kind of like settle down a little bit.
Well, see, I think this eliminates New Hampshire though, because what dolphin is going to want to live off the coast of New England?
Which
That's cold water.
Florida might really be the answer.
Yeah,
Florida
you got the Gulf Stream down there.
Maybe Galveston, but the water's so dirty. Even Charles Barkley says that. Charles Barkley says all the time, the water in Galveston dirty.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
says that all the time. He says that. He says they go to they not win the championship. They're going to Galveston with the dirty water. And that's what he says that all the time. It's nasty down there. It is. It's a gross place. But anyway, that's so I wouldn't suggest. If I was trying to give these dolphins a good life, I wouldn't release them into the Gulf. Of America. Is that what it's called now?
Yeah,
I'm
not
even
after
sure.
that whole oil spill. Down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
Look what it did to Nate. I mean,
know.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I know. Look at me. Look at me. But no, the Atlantic side of Florida, you may actually be onto something here.
Or the western side of Mexico.
I was going to say
thinking
Mexico is like
the
a pretty
Pacific.
intriguing
That would be now
because then you can
Baja cartel.
contract with the cartels.
with the Baja cartel. That would be the one that you'd have to go with, though. Are you comfortable with that?
You can be the
Oh,
gringo
sure.
that they go to smuggle their drugs in. You can contract
That's
out
fair.
for them.
They have, I mean, because you also have the Sinaloa cartel, which is they have a base in Mazatlan, which is a port, a beach city on the.
I've got hot sauce from there before. Yeah.
Yes,
It was
Mazatlan.
really
Yeah.
good.
It's a popular place to travel.
Those
It's-
cartels make good hot sauce. I'll say, for all the murder and drug trafficking, the hot sauces they come out with,
And they make
they should just focus on
They
that.
make beautiful songs too. You ever heard one of those narco ballades or whatever they're called? Narco melodias. They're beautiful
yeah.
songs. Yeah, they sing. They play Mexican music real fast on a guitar, and they just kind of jabber about crimes. It's awesome.
Yeah, they do it on Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
They do one
exactly.
about Walter White on there.
Yeah,
they'll
that's-
do one about Nate. That's the thing. They'll be like the gringo with the dolphins.
El Gringo
El Jefe.
Delfino.
There you go. Oh, damn. That's kind of a banger, though.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool.
Gringo Dolphinos.
Yeah, the Gringo Delfino.
I like
Damn,
that.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe you should change your name.
El Gringo Delfino. I mean, it would work well for you. It would work.
Gringo Delfino.
In that sense, we should probably set you up in Baja.
Yeah, it sounds to me like the Gringo Delfino name.
Yeah,
That's
the Gringo Delfino de Baja California.
Yeah, I was really trying to keep the business in America because you kind of want to bring the money back to
Sure.
them.
There's
but
you can-
maybe it's just
If
maybe
you're
the country's not ready for it.
I now, on the contrary, for purposes of your money laundering operation, I'm going to tell you that you're going to need multiple businesses. Okay, that's the only way you're going to be able to launder this money, effectively. And oftentimes, you would never believe this, but a lot of money is laundered through the United States. You can pick a place like Delaware, Virginia, somewhere that has very relaxed tax laws. You can set up your shell corporation. I would set up your shell corporation out of maybe Singapore.
Okay.
Then I would open up another business in Delaware. That business is the one that owns the Dolphinarium in Baja California. That's how you get there. This is what you're doing because you need different layers. You have to layer your money. You need to layer the structure. And after that, the planet. I think the Dolphinarium that I keep wanting to call a planetarium needs to own a separate business that is almost all cash, like a vending business or something where it's
Pizza place,
Sure.
laundromat.
These
Yeah.
are laundromat is
good
classic.
cash businesses.
Cash businesses.
Car wash.
I like vending machines because you can place them anywhere, and it's,
You
all
gotta
you,
feed the dollars in there.
yeah, that's one thing is you would have to release, and dolphins, that would be tough because you'd have to employ, a bunch of people to do the money part of that. But in that sense, you need a cash-based business at the bottom, at the bottom here, and at the top, you need to be in the place with the best tax laws. That's why I would say somewhere like Belize, Singapore, things like that. But transfer.
I would say also, you could also have we thought about Hawaii as an option for the dolphinarium? I'm curious about this.
Hawaii has some strict dolphin laws.
It does
I've looked
actually.
this up, unfortunately.
It does. That's true.
They do not fuck around with that.
No, that's
I
true.
could see
you can't
that.
get close to whales out there. And
They're
stuff
very
like that.
big on the
This is true.
wild. Yeah, I could see it. Florida.
Big
would
shout
be,
out to Hawaii for being so caring about their wildlife. By the way,
fair. It's true. Like whereas in Florida, you could probably shoot one in the head and call it your mother-in-law at the same time. I don't know. God knows what they do. You'd be fine.
RFK cut the head off a whale, right?
Yeah, and
with
rode
a
with it.
chainsaw.
Yeah, bro, that's another one of those things that
That guy's director of health and human services
he
or whatever.
put a
now.
whale's head on top of his car, and I really
The
like.
brainworm told him to do it.
I'm gonna humanely kill this dead whale. I'm gonna take the head home with me. And I'm gonna have sex with it, just like a dolphin would.
Yeah, we just played that recording from RFK Jr. live. That's crazy.
That's a lie. That's a real recording. That was him in 1997. Yeah.
It was a fat and gay whale, and it washed up on the beach to kill itself. So I cut its head off and I wore it around.
Yeah, for all our listeners, that's not somebody doing a voice. That's still RFK Jr. on
1997.
It's crazy.
That's him at Shea Stadium in 1997. That's crazy. That's wild.
Do you know what's crazy? I bet people don't know 100%. Like they're 99% sure that's not RFK Jr., but they're like, maybe.
Could still be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually sent me that at like 2:17 a.m. last night. It was kind of fucking crazy. I was like, dude, go to bed.
One of the more sober texts he's gotten actually from RFK.
They're trying to kill me. They're trying to fucking kill me.
He's like, stop being so fat and autistic, and text back.
Stop hitting triglycerides. The CIA's outside of my house.
Nate Hilli has a way better RFK
He does a very
Jr.
good
than
job.
you.
First of all, that wasn't Nate Hilli. That was the real RFK. The second one was me. That was just regular. That was just Nate Ane. Yeah.
If you don't send a picture of you bent over with your pussy peeking out of your pants right now, I'm gonna send the Dolphins to kill and rape your family. And they're not gonna stop when you're dead. They're gonna keep killing and raping you. I'm gonna have my Dolphins hang pieces of you from all the bridges in the Baja.
I think the next 30 minutes is just going to be you doing RFK Jr. Just make him say this.
Hanging the bodies from the bridge. And going to school in Phoenix, that was like always like one of the things. Like you'd get back to like high school and someone would be like, "Well, we can't go to Mexico for spring break," and they just hung half of Arizona State from fucking some bridge in Matamoros,
Right.
Oh God, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins would make the cartels look tame, though, if I'm being honest.
It does sound like they're absolute lunatics that would just destroy your enemies.
Goddamn Eastern European mobs look fucking. I mean, they make ISIS shaking their boots.
I wish I could emphasize how much I'm not kidding about this shit, too. I've read stories about them cutting or like eating half of a fish and then fucking the rest of it, like all like taking turns fucking like using it as like a fish light, just fucking like having sex with it.
Did you and your friends not do that in high school together? Was that just
You've
us?
never cut open a smallmouth bass and had a good time?
I mean, that was just locker room talk, boys.
Anybody in here got a white perch?
Oh, so dolphins are into guy stuff?
I'm feeling hot. Anybody,
Sound like bros. I don't know.
anybody got a
Weren't we all 17 at one time, fellas? I mean, come on.
What the hell? You never wanted to just know what it felt like? You went down to the store, bought one of the lobsters that was still alive and ripped its arms off and its head and then had sex with its mollusk shell.
Who raised you?
Oh, guy stuff is illegal now? Maybe my crime.
Oh, sorry, Joe. I thought it was locker room talk a second ago.
Maybe I should be getting legal advice on doing regular guy stuff. I like the fact that the Dolphins wouldn't feel bad about killing an entire lineage of a family.
No, that's true. I mean, you want that in your hitman, Oh, yeah. This is what I was going to ask you. How do you feel about like renting them out as like a private, like army security force type thing?
Yeah,
I like hitman.
I think that this is when we get involved with the cartel, and I really think that this idea is going to spread like wildfire.
Oh, sure.
Another legal question is like how to patent something that's illegal.
You can't.
You
There's
just
no
kill
way.
anybody
Yeah.
who tries to copy you.
I was gonna say
think.
that's the answer. In the illegal world, you take on the law of the law of the underworld. So if someone is to copy you, if someone is to step on your territory, step on your toes, so to speak. You know,
Right.
you gotta fucking cut their head off, dude, and then hang it from a building. Yeah,
Right.
You gotta
Sure.
get crazy. You gotta
Maybe have like 4 dolphins have sex with it at the same time on CNN.
Yeah, that's.
Something crazy. I don't know. Just an idea. I would never do it. This is all allegedly.
Hello, this is Aaron Andrews, whatever. Was that one of them? Hello, I'm Don Lemon, and this is a video of 4 dolphins making love to a man.
He's like Anderson Cooper. He's like, and I just want to say that what we have next to play is extremely shocking, and we have to play it, as you know. But if you have children, maybe turn their heads away. And then it's just like 4 dolphins running a train on like some dude's head.
They call him El Gringo Delfino.
El Gringo Delfino has grown massive influence throughout the Western Hemisphere.
His enforcers, notorious and violent.
No fingerprints anywhere on the crime scenes. Absolutely vicious.
Oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ, Anderson. I remember when Anderson's like, I remember when that stuff started, you know, when he would do that, you know, he'd be like, this is very disturbing. Don't let your child be like, you know, like a.
Just play the video
Yeah,
of
it'd be
the
like-
head cut off.
Yeah, but
already.
it wouldn't even be that. It'd be like a bunch of guys out front of a Target be like, hell no, we won't go. You know, it's just
Yeah.
fucking, it's just so sick, dude. God, oh my God. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
We
Jesus.
would absolutely lease out the Dolphins, though.
Yeah, you would.
We'd prefer to do like a subcontracting thing, I think, rather
that makes
than
sense.
like lend them, because you know you got to have the proper trainers, the proper
yeah.
like vets.
No, you're gonna
on
like
hand.
not lend your psychopaths out to somebody else.
Yeah, you
under
can't
there.
have an
they'll
army
kill
without
them,
medics,
You
dude.
know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the wrong trainer, they'll just eat them alive, literally.
Exactly,
You know?
and we don't want to lose like our licenses and stuff when it comes to this stuff.
No, of
Because
course
we want to keep it all in the books. We want to be straight up, you know.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
No,
beef
they
them
come-
up at all? Or are you gonna like you gonna put them on like HGH, human growth hormone?
I kind of wanted to be.
Why would you put dolphins on human growth?
I guess.
hormone,
Oh,
Nate?
I guess you'd put them on DGH, the dolphin growth
Took you a
hormone.
long time to change
no,
one letter
look,
there.
yeah, it was a thinker. That was a real thinker. Yeah, that was a thinker. But if you did, would you give them the one the Dolphins are supposed to take?
I don't think so, because I would just have them. If anything, I'd give them aphrodisiacs, which certain fish and shellfish are, which they like already.
Sure. Oh, there's dolphin Viagra in the world. That sounds dangerous.
That-
Getting
dude,
these psychopaths. I love how dangerous it is for you, but
Dude, fucking slip them some oysters and a mango, dude. And they'll go,
Exactly.
yeah, there you
And
go.
then you just
yeah.
have more dolphins.
yeah. This
So
is-
like you don't need bigger dolphins, you just get more.
Okay, so it's about it's a quantity over like size.
It's like
you
who
know.
would you be more scared to fight, like one big guy or like 3 medium sized?
So that's very
it's
very.
the Velociraptor versus T-Rex argument.
This is a very,
Yeah.
very interesting,
Yeah.
and I actually watch this all the time. There's a league called Fight Circus where they do
They're gonna
fights
say
like
you watch
this.
Velociraptors
No,
fight
no, no.
all the time. I was gonna be like, where? How can I watch this?
No,
Anyway.
I have researched, and it's only animations. It's none of it's real. It's very disappointing when you look up dinosaurs. It's a really, really sad. You're very excited, and it's just animations. You can't find a single real picture of a dinosaur. But anyway, you have these for the Fight Circus, which is a fighting league, and they do these fights where they'll have like 2 men in one T-shirt fight another 2 men in one T-shirt. Actually, Rampage Jackson and Bob Sapp just beat the shit out of 2 Russian guys maybe last year, you know, in a fight like that. And then I've seen them do it's like 4 14-year-olds from like somewhere, like some former Soviet nation, and they take on like one really big Polish lady, and she fucks them up, dude. She she knocks the fuck out of, and she doesn't even have a frying pan. She kicks the shit out of them, dude.
She's just throwing like dive bar haymakers.
I mean, fucking them up, dude. And these guys are flying left and right. So, I mean, in that sense, based on babushka law, I mean, you know, you might need 1 or 2 big ones. You know what I mean? Like 1 or 2, like berserkers. Is that what they used to call them? Is that what the
I mean,
Vikings
that is
are-
a word that exists. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they used to call large women that fought children berserkers.
Big old, but isn't that what they call a big old Polish lady that beats up children?
I don't know if that was the Viking word for that, but maybe.
They're called a berserker.
I just also really want to thank Nate for pointing out to our listeners that you can't find a real picture of a dinosaur out
You
there.
cannot. It's
That's just like a really excellent
We
observation.
will
I've been
never
thinking
know
about it
what
for the
they
past
look
3
like.
minutes.
We will never know what color they were. They could have been bright pink, dude. I've thought about it for years, but you will never be able to find one. You can look all you want. It is impossible. We
Quite
will
the
never know.
paleontologist.
That's
Thank you.
upsetting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's actually upsetting.
No,
I'm
I
glad
mean,
for informing the world because it's something that I wish I wouldn't have spent the time that I spent looking for those photographs.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have hunted for pictures of living dinosaurs in the world, but maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
I mean, you
They're
know,
pretty
each their
close
own.
to the camera. I think it came out like maybe 5 years after the asteroid.
Yeah, it's about
which, like,
that.
it was close.
It was close.
So, like maybe there's like one existing dinosaur veteran that might come out at some point. You can get a picture of, but
That's true. They're a new phenomenon too. I didn't realize this. My grandma used to say that when they first found dinosaur bones, that she said she knew people that used to say that they had been buried by the Jews, and that the Jews had made up the dinosaurs, and it was some whole conspiracy to knock out the Bible.
Is there
Isn't that
anything your
crazy?
family has not blamed on the Jews?
I
Like
don't-
it's
I'm not
like
sure. I'm not sure. We can't be certain. We can't.
Nothing
We'll never know.
good.
We'll never know for sure. We'll never know for sure. We cannot be certain because of history. We can't be sure.
I am not going to blame the Jews for dinosaurs. Actually, I'm going to be pretty certain on that
Oh, she
one.
did. She didn't do it. She didn't. But she said she knew people that did. She knew people.
oh,
that did.
okay,
She knew
okay,
people
okay.
that did. Yes.
No, I understand.
it'd be giving Jews a lot of credit to say that they made up the dinosaurs.
Right, but they
'Cause
did all
dinosaurs
that
are pretty
digging.
cool.
That's
Like,
what-
that's not like a bad. That's
Yeah.
a pretty like positive appearing conspiracy
I
for
know.
Jews to be. That's like
Plus, where do you get the bones? That's a pretty big dog you'd have to get a hold of. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that'd be like blaming like you hear that Jews made up like comic books. Like, you guys hear that Jews actually made up Superman? You're like, oh no, stop it.
What was that fellow who made Spider-Man? Was he Jewish?
Stan Lee?
Is he Jewish?
I think he was just a guy. I mean,
he's just a
not
deep-
that Jewish people aren't just guys, but like
I
I,
think
don't think
he-
his
he-
Jewish identity was. Maybe it was. I don't know. Actually,
Stan Lee.
I mean, it's a pen name. I don't know. You might, be a Jewish guy. I don't know.
That's two names, huh? Stan Lee.
That's
It is.
I just
it is
got that.
technically with a space.
Stan Lee. I was like, he's trying to maybe trick people into thinking he was Chinese.
We're cutting this part. There's nothing good that's going to come out of this.
I know. I was like, oh no, that's not. I mean, where my brain's going ain't coming out.
Okay, we're going to pull Nate out of anti-Semitism. and we're returning back to the true psychopaths in the world. Dolphins.
Right, maybe the worst, honestly.
Yeah. When are they going to make a Ryan Murphy show about the evil that is dolphins? They got there's wasting all this time on Dahmer, Gein. I think we need to talk about the real killers in the world.
It actually does bother me a lot how like sweet washed dolphins are.
Oh, yeah.
It really
Sickens me, frankly.
True. Mhm.
Yeah,
Me
it's like
too.
finding out like that Mr. Rogers was a pedophile or something, because this person that as a kid you're like, man, I would never feel safe around anybody more than
Jimmy
a dolphin.
Savile. Jimmy
Yeah.
Savile in England.
Yeah,
Jimmy
same
Savile.
thing.
That's
Like
what we're doing with dolphins.
Yep.
They're
We're
I think
letting
that's
people
fair to
swim
say.
with them. We're letting people touch them, and
No,
really
ser-
all they're thinking about is fucking them.
I would
Probably.
like to see like a survey with like kids to be like, if you could hop in the water with like any sort of creature, what would it be?
A dolphin,
A lot of
always.
them are say fucking dolphin.
But not
Or,
me.
like maybe
Even straight
otter.
child.
I've actually been in the water with a dolphin, and I feel like a kid who escaped the Catholic Church unmolested right now. Like, frankly. Like,
So you're like, oh my god!
I feel so lucky.
That is
This is-
fascinating. It's true. I'm not sure I would. Even when I was a child, I probably still would have picked a dog. I probably would have said I'd rather swim in a pool with a Labrador than get in a pool with that fucking thing. They scare the shit out of me, dude. I'm
Sure.
terrified. Yeah.
Big shout out to King of the Hill for exposing the dangers of dolphins ahead of the time. I don't know if you guys have seen this episode, but a dolphin is actually used by Hank Hill to punish his enemies.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know this. Okay.
There's a guy who's sexually harassing his niece. He throws him in the
There's a
water,
dolphin.
gets the dolphin horny, and then the dolphin rapes this guy.
It's true. It is.
Season 4 of King of the Hill.
Yep. You are so right. That is so true. To Luann. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and we all laugh about it, so it's obviously okay.
That's right. I know. I'm not even sure this is a crime. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
maybe
you
you should.
yeah,
Maybe
get
Texas.
Mike Judge involved.
I know.
He'll fund it.
Perhaps Texas is the answer. Yes, God.
If you did find out like that a cartel competitor, like some murderer got like raped by like 4 dolphins, the average American would look at that and laugh.
Oh
They
yeah,
would-
absolutely.
Even if he had his life changed forever in those waters.
Are you
that
kid-
would be a week of news on Fox.
I
Like,
think that might be a
Look what
video
happened.
you could find on Live Leak somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if like somebody had commissioned that already on
I am
someone.
sure Nate's gonna do some
I know. I would
research after
say,
this episode.
I have some stuff to do after this.
Please don't send that video to me if you find it. Just send it to Nate Hilli. That's fine.
Well, I mean, he sent me a video today. It was I haven't watched it. It was titled "Dolphin Rape." It looked like it was a YouTube video. So there's no obviously there's no penetration. Is there penetration in the video?
Well, they're really trying to do it. They're looking for a hole with their penises.
Well, I
wow.
cannot wait.
There's
to
like
watch.
4. Have you ever seen when like a shark swims around and it's got those little things like sucking on it? Kinda
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
sting.
Remora.
Yeah, that's what it was
That's
like.
what it's
But it was
called?
these 4 dolphins swimming around this one spot. 4 bottlenose dolphins swimming around this spotted fin dolphin, whatever.
This is very
it was-
prison of them. Yeah.
It is, and it was like smaller, and they're like, they had to make a note of in the commentary. They're like, the bluefin dolphin is a juvenile. And I'm like, oh my God, they're pedophiles.
Oh my
dude.
God. This is
It doesn't stop. And they're gay pedophiles.
this is insane.
I want to come out and say that Perfect Crimes as a show is firmly anti-dolphin at this
Anti-dolphin.
point. Like,
We are
we
not
do not
for them.
stand by dolphins. I think that of all the mammals in the sea, we can get rid of them. It
It's
sounds
insane.
like
They're
you know?
protected. They're like the
Yeah.
most protected animals in the world.
No, they're a bunch
Unbelievable.
of damn sex.
Unbelievable.
They're racist sex criminals, dude. They gang up based on the way they look and attack other children.
Yeah,
Other races of dolphin.
you know.
Because they're different.
Very
And, like,
prison. This is very prison.
I would
Very
argue
prison.
that the dolphins make the Epstein files seem irrelevant.
I know,
to me.
I know.
Right
They
now, I
make
was
them
like,
seem
why are we not
tame.
talking? Yeah, exactly.
Very tame. Very tame. I know. My God.
Unbelievable.
at
Release
least
the
there was
dolphin
order.
files.
They should release the
Release-
dolphins.
Yeah.
They're
Who
all
has been touched?
What haven't they declassified about that program is what I want to know, you know? Like,
you
what were they rewarding these dolphins they were training them with? Was it murder?
Dude, it's actually crazy. They sent the dolphins to Vietnam and Iraq.
How did they send
Motherfuckers
them
were going in there with
the
like
Persian Gulf, I
top tier
guess.
operators.
Wait, you mean
Like-
like under Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf in the first Gulf War?
Yeah, I think both of them.
So
Storm and
shit,
Norman
like-
Schwarzkopf has one of the greatest war names of anyone on this planet. Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf.
Yeah.
pretty sick.
He also had dolphins.
Yeah, you're telling me they sent Navy SEALs and Navy Dolphins?
They literally had
Wow.
Navy SEAls there, Navy Dolphins,
God, no
maybe
one-
some Navy Sea Lions. That's a legitimate thing.
No wonder
Oh.
Saddam could never take Kuwait. My God.
I bet that like the Sea Lions that were there too, they probably were like, have you ever seen Black Hawk Down?
Yeah, sure.
You know, like how the Rangers are looking at like the Delta Force guys. Like these guys are freaking out of control. They got no order. Like the Sea Lions were there, like just trying to do their job, and like they find like 5 dolphins
Yeah.
like molesting an Iraqi, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Yo,
Whoa,
what the-
whoa. I mean, do you guys
Goddamn-
know what the Geneva Convention is? Like, chill out, dolphins.
Fucking
Like,
raping Ann King out here, dude. Yeah.
They're like, back up, back off. They try and report it. Like the admiral's like, what do you want me to do? It's like, we're at war. They're the enemy.
They got the fog of war, son.
we need the psychos on our side.
You want to turn them? You want them to be on the Iraqi side?
Yeah, you,
So
want
true,
them,
dude.
you want them doing that to you?
You want them raping your twin towers? No, let them rape over here. As long as it's over here, then that's safe.
Yeah, you know, I see the, like, I think if you're like an effective enough force, you can get away with a pretty fair amount of like drug smuggling, right? Like, I
Yeah,
think,
dude,
was it
yeah.
like Blackwater, that like private army that Donald Trump's like son-in-law or whatever runs, like whatever he is.
so, yeah.
Betsy DeVos's son-in-law, maybe. Anyway,
Is that-
doesn't matter. We like to have private armies in this country now,
True.
and you get paid well for them, apparently.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, your overhead costs are going to be low because you're not even paying people.
Right,
to
you're
be in
paying.
this.
You're paying.
How
them
much
in
is like a small fish?
Mackerel.
Nothing.
Like, you're going to be
Nothing.
paying in mackerel and, you know, dolphin.
One fishing
Tanks, I don't
one
know.
fishing season, I could get you about 1 billion sac-a-lait from my uncle alone, dude.
Yeah.
We could
There
get
we
you
go.
so many. Oh man, we get you fish like you wouldn't believe.
And those dolphins would think you were giving them like straight up the most pure cocaine. They're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
we've never had fish like this. This
freshwater fish, dude. Giving them just some bass and shit, dude.
Just go down to the sushi place once a week, throw them like, you know, big old
Oh,
like, you know,
Toro,
sushi boat
yeah.
in there. They're going to love that.
Give
Like-
'em- throw in the tuna.
Yeah.
Give the boys the tuna. Let them flounder over. Yeah, dude, that would be. And God, as like that would be so much fun to be like, here they come. Excellent. Present them the tuna, and you would show it to them, and then I'll be like, and then you throw it to it, and it would be just a blood. I mean, oh God, I love madness. I love
You'd
madness.
probably throw up with the amount of the level of orgy that would take.
Oh, I mean,
place in a
everything would
sushi
come out of my
restaurant.
body at once.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
hole in my body would be. I would have wax coming out of my ears.
You'd
Okay, it would be-
evacuate all of your compartments like you were
I
about
mean,
to die.
this guy came 4 times over the military industrial
I
complex.
know.
I mean,
From the 1960s, I'm stuck. We can't talk about it too much. It was very exciting. Oh, good God.
Irrepeatable.
You can't. We can't. You can't. It's not bad. You have a great crime. You have a great system of to set it up for laundering. You know, as long as you pick the right business.
Yeah, I should mention too that so to get this the licensing, whatever place you're at, you do need to have vets on standby, which pay somebody the fuck
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
You got a fucking fake vet in here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what you seen. Better Call Saul. Joe DeRosa is like the guy who pulls bullets out of his arm, and he's a vet. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
or just who's that doctor that Gus has on staff? That guy in Mexico that he sent to medicals. You just need to find some Mexican veterinarian, and
Yeah.
they'll do it.
This man pays my bills. Yeah.
If you're a vet, you have you can legally possess fentanyl
Oh yeah.
and purchase it
Oh shit.
in bulk.
Fascinating.
Well, that just lines up perfectly here. You know, I
Right.
mean,
And what do we need to do for that for you? Do we need to get you like some kind of pharmacology degree or like a?
For me, that would be tough. But we should have somebody on staff. We will need a
We're
legitimate
just gonna get
vet.
vet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be like, hey, how much would you like to make $2 million fucking dollars a year? And you look the other way when some Dolphins are having their way with a little macro.
Yeah.
How would you like me to give you generational wealth and only for your life of trauma having to watch cartel members get ripped apart by dolphins?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. It's one man, and an entire family gets to have all of that. That's a good way to put it. Dude.
Or just look for somebody with a vendetta against the cartel, and then you don't have to give them generational wealth. You just have the Dolphins like take care of that guy for them, and they'll like be a loyal soldier for the rest of time. You know,
That's true.
Yeah, you know what I think is good about Dolphins too, as like killing and intimidation machines. Like whenever
everything apparently.
Yeah,
literally
they're
everything.
remarkable.
But like, it's the soul. You cannot negotiate with them.
Mm.
Like if these Dolphins are sent like some other freaking torpedoes at you, and they got you in their targets, you're not convincing them to not kill and rape you.
It's true.
Like
That is.
they don't even speak the language.
No,
like you
no.
cannot reason with them. You cannot buy them out. You cannot make them flip.
You have the most loyal mercenaries possible. They're
Sure.
not,
And they don't even know it really. They're
Yeah.
like they have no way of flipping. And either way, what's the point? What you're gonna put me in a fish tank so I can eat more fish?
No.
Right.
Come on.
they're gonna love that.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, when you complete let's say you get your syndicate together. All right. Now, first of all, also too, as you're creating a syndicate here. So are you? What's your structure? Are you going pure cartel structure? Are you going like a mafia structure, like a family structure? Are you going like army, because the cartel thing is more like a military structure? Are you going family structure, military structure, and then who are the members of your family? You have an underboss, a consigliere, or you're going to have just lieutenants. What are you going to do?
So I would obviously be the Don. I think
Right.
it would be a very mob family type of syndicate because you'd have in the natural order some alphas
Sure.
that command the respect of
Like your
their-
capo regimes, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got the boss.
Your young Tonys, your young Tony Sopranos, right? Right.
Sure.
Exactly. You have your captains, and then you got your soldiers.
Okay.
And it's really that limited.
Okay, so you don't have anyone below you within, like, I would say, higher management. So no underboss, no consigliere, and
You need a wartime
that's
consigliere.
what I mean. You need a word. So like, and it can be human or animal. I mean, you're welcome to employ the efforts of a grizzly bear if you'd like. But who would it be?
I'd be scared having too many dolphins with power.
I guess that's true. At that point, that is true.
How long until my own device consumes me
True.
and rips me apart and rapes me?
I mean-
rapes me with 5 bridges in the Baja.
Rapes your head on YouTube for Anderson Cooper to present to the world.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time in the crime world, frankly. I mean, it's a valid concern to have.
Could
You
happen
can't
to
let
anybody.
the Dolphins thinking that they can, usurp your throne and then be, the big boss, right?
That's
You don't
true.
want that. You don't want that situation. That's just
It would be my Tony Soprano 6th season moment.
Exactly.
It's kind of like I'm eating the onion rings and
Yep.
I'm like, man, it's crazy how
Yep.
much this has worked out for
Journey's
me.
Yeah.
playing in the background, and then it slowly
who's that
fades
guy in
to
the members
black.
only jacket?
Yep.
It does not slowly fade to black in that show. By the
just
way,
goes
it is
boom.
It is
Yeah.
about as quick
Yeah.
to black as it can be.
What do you mean? What the hell, dude? Yeah, exactly. What is this thing fucking off? What the hell happened?
It's like somebody just shot him. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
This is so cryptic. It's not spelled out in front of me.
The main character's point of view went black. What could that possibly
what could that
mean?
possibly? So now, once you've created your family, you've gotten your money laundered. Okay, what are you using your funds for? What is your
More
ultimate-
drugs, expanding the operation, golfing,
Sure.
property, real estate,
Like that.
investing in that. Maybe buy my parents something nice.
That'd be lovely.
Pay my employees.
Very-
Mackerel,
Mackerel.
obviously.
Yeah.
Aphrodisiacs like oysters that the dolphins could
Mhm.
eat.
Mm-hmm.
We'd funnel some of it towards charities just for like the
course.
tax benefits.
Sure.
And also what would be so fucked up about this is that we're going to build this up as a conservational effort.
I like that.
And this
That's
is
smart.
like why we would
You need a cover. It's true. You
That's a
need
good cover.
And
That's a good cover.
And for purposes of your money laundering operation, it wouldn't be bad if one of those was a nonprofit. If
Right.
one of those operations was a nonprofit, then at that point, you might not even have to give too many charities. You could just donate to yourself, launder the money through that. I mean, there's a lot that you could work with as far as your layering.
The one downside is you'll have to engage in this dolphin propaganda to make that work. You'll have to be like, oh, we're helping the dolphins.
That's
well,
If you can deal with that hypocrisy.
if you
though.
can
if you
stomach
can't
that.
beat them, join them.
Yeah, that's
That's
fair.
fair.
It's fair.
Do I think humans are perfect? No. I work with them though, and I support them. Dolphins are flawed creatures.
true.
They're immoral. They're way too horny. They're malicious.
They are.
No conscience. They're the perfect killing machine.
When you said immoral, it remind every like deep South, very like Bible Belt like law professor that I ever had, you know, would say like it would be like, we are now teaching constitutional law. This is not con law. We will not be discussing Bernard Madoff. Now, this man that we will be discussing was a horrible man. He was immoral. He was an immoral man. I always was like, what is immoral? What does that mean? Moral is such a subjective term, you know? I mean, some places it could be, you know, moral to make love to a goat. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know that much about things. You know, I try to study, I learn, you know, Joe knows, but I can only find out so much.
Means nothing in the sense of the legal system.
Thank you.
There's
Means
only
nothing.
guilty and not guilty.
Amen. That's right. That's why
You're
you're
trying to
looking-
go into immoral, like, look, separation of church and state. You take that shit to your parish, you talk to your priest about it. You want to talk about if dolphins are good or bad? Well, if they're legal or illegal, that's what we're trying to talk about.
That's fair. If they're, you mean like immigration status? What you mean?
Well, I think that they're all illegal in that way. I mean, they believe
Yeah.
in open borders. They go wherever they want.
That's true.
Don't really have nation states, those dolphins. That's how lawless they are, might I add.
I guess that's true.
Don't even have borders.
It's anarchy.
In,
Yeah,
your,
it's crazy.
in your research, did you find that what is their structure like? Like, will they bode well in sort of your militaristic structure?
If they have the appropriate incentives, then they will.
Okay.
They have alphas and betas.
Okay.
They have a couple alphas, and then they have pods. They
A
operate in
pod. That's what I was
pods.
gonna say. I know they roll in a
Yeah.
pack, but what is a pod?
They have
They're-
pod leaders.
Ah.
So
That's very democratic of them to say, yes, we shall elect a pod leader.
it's kind of like a
I
ship
don't
of
think they get
pirates.
elected. It sounds like it's probably a pretty violent
it's like, who
process.
can-
Knowing the dolphins.
Yeah, who can fuck your way to the top is what
No,
it sounds like. Yeah,
literally.
God, yeah.
Underground dolphin fights.
That could be another
Another
thing.
revenue source.
Right.
It is true that you could engage, like for a person like me who's into combat sports, as I told you, I even watch things like Fight Circus. If someone was like, we have dolphin fights coming up next, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know if is that like chicken fight? I mean, I'll check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Just
Like,
do it in Macau. Everything's
exactly,
legal
yeah.
in Macau.
Well, I draw the line at dog fight, but dolphin fighting, I mean, I might be like, well,
no, dogs are sweet, precious creatures, and
Exactly.
dolphins are evil
Monsters,
psychopaths that
yeah.
deserve to fight each other. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. There's nothing controversial there.
very, very
Yeah.
true. That's very, very true.
If you disagree with that, it's just because your brain has been warped by dolphin propaganda, and you're not the good person you think you are. Frankly,
Yeah, goddamn Free Willy or whatever it was. Is he a dolphin or was that one
cetacean,
of them?
close enough.
And a cetacean is not a crustacean, which is a bug or something that
Right.
that swims.
You're exactly right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Like I say, I try to learn stuff every day. Try to learn stuff every single day. Most of the time, I do it on my own, so I don't have a lot of explaining around me. So I kind of got to take my best guess. But I'm glad y'all are here to tell me what it is. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
It's a big learning experience for all of us, I think. And I hope the listeners can honestly come away from this with some new knowledge.
I hope we change the world a little bit, make it a little less dolphin friendly. Because I mean, they've been getting the benefit of the doubt for far too long. Yeah.
It's maybe the deepest conspiracy. The more you look into this, the more that you feel like you're just opening a can of worms that has no
Older than
bottom
history,
to it.
frankly.
Yeah.
They've been working on this since like longer than you can possibly
Yeah,
realize.
I think about how many poor fellas in togas they dragged to the bottom of the sea and had their way with.
Where do you think
know?
Atlantis came from?
Yeah,
That's,
there you go.
That's big dolphin right there for sure. Human civilization sinking to the bottom of the sea. You think that was gods? No, dolphins.
Provide an
Dolphins.
explanation for one of my biggest questions in life. Where did it go?
Yeah.
The dolphins, dude. The dolphins.
Absolutely destroyed it.
They literally fucked the ground out
Yeah.
from underneath it. They fucked it so much that it collapsed.
Exactly.
Sunk to the bottom.
They fucked the ground right out from underneath Atlantis. It's falling under the ocean. The goddamn dolphins are at it again.
They got jealous. They're like, oh, look at this advanced place. Oh my God. They're like getting further ahead of us than we are. And they raped the civilization into the sea.
I do like
That's what happened.
that idea of in that sense, like a Greek Anderson Cooper, like Athens Network News, like sitting there like Atlantis has disappeared. It has gone straight into the sea. You do not want to see the following video. Please put away your children. It is very, very horrifying. And
The
it's just a bunch-
screams are still bubbling up to the surface right now. It's horrible. It's,
there's a bunch of dolphins fucking a peninsula under the sea.
This is either our best episode or our worst episode.
I know. I love it, dude. I love it.
information.
Yeah,
All
you know.
information.
People are learning out here, and we do have a lot of people. We have a lot of listeners like me that are out there just trying to learn every day. That's all they want to do.
Legitimate question here. So, like, what's the legal? Because I feel like this is a close comparison you could make.
Sure.
If you had like a bunch of dogs and one just got out of your house and attacked somebody,
Mhm.
can you? Is that a crime on your part?
Yes.
You're technically liable for that.
Yes, you are certainly civilly liable. You are fucked liably. So, like, you owe them a lot of money, and criminally probably still, but more than certainly you owe them a ton of money civilly. Yes, and there's no way out of that. That dog bites somebody and they didn't throw a rock at it first. You're on the hook. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you're
That's
being.
going to be tough for this when my Dolphins get out and kill and tear people.
I mean,
Well,
you've
now-
seen Deep Blue Sea, right? It would just be that.
Now, luckily for you, actually, the standard of the standard of proof, I guess, is what they would call it, the standard of liability. The standard of liability for animals in general is different than that of dogs. Because of the I guess you'd call it like the dog bite epidemic of the 1990s. That's where they taught it to us in law school. But it was really just like a lot of people had pit bulls and they were biting people, And it's not to say that pit bulls bite people. It's just people were just not doing a good job controlling their dogs. So a lot of states created these laws where they said, okay, if your dog bites anybody, any reason at all, not even if you're negligent, any reason, if you bite somebody, unless that dog got kicked first, you're on the hook. So that's why you've seen like the decrease in the decline in like guard dogs and stuff.
Well, but here's a question: are these laws specific to dogs?
They are. So they're specific to dogs. Now, other animals, you fall under standard of negligence. So as long as you weren't negligently handling your dolphins, it would be a lot easier to prove that someone came up and tampered with your dolphin, somebody came up and tapped on that glass or something like that, and then were attacked. And this is an argument I'd be willing to take to court. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta have a fall guy that you can blame. He riled up the Dolphins.
Yeah,
you need
one
and then,
guy.
pay him to go to jail.
One
You're fine.
fella, or really, and it wouldn't, exactly. Even then, your criminal liability, it would depend on the damage to the person. How much damage? Are they going to rape him?
Yeah, they're going to kill him too.
Are they,
Maybe their family.
You would be on the hook for a negligent homicide, likely at that point, which is usually in
If
most
they could
states-
tie it to your dolphin, by the way,
Right.
Like, how are they going to know that
Do
it's
they
that
do
dolphin?
DNA testing on? Do they do like rape kits for dolphins? Or is
Not
that-
yet.
I'm not sure they would. The
Probably
semen
not.
would probably confuse them immensely at the laboratory. They'd probably be very, very baffled when they got the semen, and the sperms were in the shape of goldfish or whatever it is. I don't know, but they'd be very baffled. They're not very intelligent.
Or-
I've had a lot of them on the stand. Yeah.
With your luck, it's going to be the one grizzled CSI veteran who's like, "Oh shit, I know this is
I know
another
this.
dolphin
I-
crime."
I-
Rolls out of the corner in a wheelchair. He's like,
I haven't seen one of these in 45 years. And I was supposed to retire tomorrow.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back.
the boss is like, look, Chester, we need you to do one more, okay?
You're the dolphin guy.
You're the only one who brought down the dolphin cartel of 1952, okay?
We think they're back.
But just so that's what it would take.
It's a bunch of like red yarn to dolphins with a rainbow dolphin in the center, and it's just like some shot of you in some mess. It's like, who is this guy?
Some enthusiastic rookie's like, let him fucking retire. I got this. And the boss is like, shut the hell up, Arthur. We need Chester to stick around for this.
3 days later, that rookie cop shows up dead in the water.
I told him he was too hot. This kid was too hot.
Chester Posey like, go to another department now. I have nothing waiting for me at home. You got a wife and a young kid over there. They can't come and take anything from me that they haven't already gotten.
They took my legs.
He's
They
like,
took my legs.
they raped my legs off.
They ripped my legs off. I was in 1952.
I was going to be in the Olympics.
It was me.
You ever watched 8 dolphins have sex with your legs at the same time?
He's always drunk at the police department. He's just like hammered driving around looking for dolphins.
Somehow still the most sober cop.
Played by Nick Cage, obviously.
Yeah, of course, dude. Who
Okay,
else
so not only do we plan a perfect crime today, but it sounds like we wrote the perfect movie.
I know. We wrote the film to go along with it, dude. We got the rights right here, dude. We just built the rights. I mean, goddamn.
We're gonna sell that screenplay, and that's how we're gonna fund the Dolphinarium. That's actually pretty good.
More like it's just based off the movie. Have you guys been to Universal Studios?
Exactly.
They're
dude.
not actually killing and molesting people here.
That's fake blood you see. You
Yeah,
know?
it's Nicolas Cage and Jake Gyllenhaal as Arthur, the boy who died.
Those are all fake prop arms and legs that they're, squeaking at and having sex with and eating. It's that's him saying he loves you guys. Meanwhile, like the crew in the back that understand are like throwing up. And they're just like, oh my god, like,
He's a monster. Yeah.
He's bad even by Dolphins standards.
He's the Jeffrey Dahmer of dolphins.
My God.
Which is saying something.
yeah.
Hey, I made you this sandwich here. I don't know if you want to take a bite. I made you this sandwich here. God damn, dude.
Who's that one like neo-Nazi unit in Ukraine? The Azov Battalion. You obviously have your like worst pod that you're like, damn, they're even getting a little bit too rambunctious for us.
Exactly. That's your Stasi.
They're like carving like scar tattoos into each other. You're like, Jesus,
You guys, come on, chill.
it might be getting worse. I think that they're evolving in the wrong direction.
Oh my God. They're developing conservatism at a rapid rate. God damn.
How did this dolphin become president of the United States? That's wow. Even for us, that's a lot.
There's just me like shaking hands with him in the back. I'm like, $200 just trades fins.
Yeah, you're the puppet master in the background, pulling all the dolphin strings.
Yeah. I'm the one who like in the emails, it's like, we got to kick some up to the big guy though.
It's gonna be like when we found out that Palpatine is Sidious.
God damn, dude. Jesus Christ.
Jeez. All right, well, Nate, you have this crime planned out. Are there any questions that you have that are left over?
Anything
No, I feel like we honestly answered everything. It's just, we just got to corrupt some people.
In
And,
this day and age, no problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Got it done. We'll get
We
that
got
done.
to go to
no problem.
Nicaragua. We will.
No,
I don't
yeah,
have a problem
easy.
with that.
Easy.
That's like right in the Caribbean too. That's literally like the sea of piracy
Oh, yeah.
and
It is.
cartel activity.
That's what the Caribbean's for. They wrote a whole movie about Pirates of the Caribbean. I
It's true.
mean,
Not
mean,
one
shit.
was Somalian. It was all in the Caribbean.
Maybe
It's
I'll
true.
even have talks with Venezuela at this point. Be like, look, these boats, super easy to track.
ooh,
What if you guys had like 40 of these that
Yeah.
swim too deep to bomb?
dude, watching Trump get frustrated because he can't do things about dolphins would be pretty fun to watch,
Pretty
dude. Just like,
fascinating.
They're killers. They're rapists. They're coming up from the south. They're the worst. You can't even see them in the water. I don't even know why we allow this. The military released the dolphin files. Release what you've trained these dolphins to do. It's sick.
that's it. I mean, the voices. I mean, you can do the whole administration.
I know. You can
apparently.
do
This is-
everybody, dude. I know.
You see, during the presidential race, I was like, man, these are such fun voices.
Dude, you're doing a great. Can you do
I'm not saying I hope they win, but if they did, it would be 4 years of these voices.
Dude, it's great. I know. Do Condoleezza Rice.
Again,
Condoleezza
not part of the administration, but that's fine.
That's another one, huh?
I actually don't know what she sounds like.
Take your best guess.
Anything I would do would sound way blacker than I think she probably actually sounds. Oh no, honey, you with that rice and all that.
Yeah, we'll cut that.
You forced my hand.
I did nothing. There's no dolphin in the room forcing you to do anything.
No, the Dolphins are no. God, dude.
Yeah, you can do it a lot better than me.
God damn, dude.
Oh, man. Well, Nate Hilli, you've been a fantastic guest. I can't wait for the movie to come out, frankly. I will watch that. Nick Cage is going to crush.
Yeah, dude.
Might be a documentary at that point.
It could be. It could
Yeah,
be.
dude. They'll do one of those ends where it like plays that music and then it says like directed by Michael Bay.
El Gringo Delfino. Portrayed by Nick Cage.
El Gringo Dolfino. That is actually.
That's how you should start going up, frankly. But speaking of which, you got anything you want to promote? Anything coming up in the
Anything you
next couple
wanna
of weeks?
Follow at this guy on Instagram, like it's spelled back there. Follow Limited Liability Comedy on Instagram. That's where me and Terrence are trying to start promoting more shows,
That's
kind of
right.
keep them all in one
Nice.
place.
I like it. I like it a
Um,
lot. Did one the other day. Did one at the Eastwood Club in Fitchburg.
Yeah, those people are cool.
Yeah,
good
they're an
people.
interesting bunch. They're an interesting bunch. They really liked racist jokes. Very into racist jokes. And The only one that I had that was quasi was like the first one I had made a joke about. I like riffed about Terrence's jokes being darker than he was, and they ate it up. And the rest of the set went as average as they come, as they come. You know, but yeah, it wasn't bad, dude. Well, I appreciate y'all I appreciate y'all booking me, and thank you for coming on, dude. Thank you very much.
This is fun.
Yeah,
course,
dude.
dude,
Oh, we'll
of course.
definitely have to get you back on.
definitely.
But until then, I'm Joe,
I'm Nate.
and this has been
Perfect Rhymes.